Yeah, Vic, just in the second half there, Jacksonville's front and Fournette kind of took it to your defense. What did you see there on your defense? How were they able to do that?
They were just, I'd have to see the tape, obviously, but they were pushing us around, and he's a big back, and he broke tackles and moved the pile, and we got whipped.
Vic, end of game drive like Chicago, do you see any parallels there, what your defense wasn't able to do in stopping them?
Yeah, I mean, it was, eerily similar, starting off with the roughing the passer penalty, and now they're out at your 40 and one play away from, getting in field goal range with still, there was a lot more time than there was in that other game. But we had a hard time with the quarterback, too. I mean, the whole personality of the game changed when we couldn't get that quarterback tackled when we had guys around him in the pocket on a couple critical third downs.
Coach, at the end of the first half there, driving to go up 3 scores and then the interception, how critical was that sequence?
Very. I mean, instead of 3 more points for us at the minimum, it's 3 more for them in a 2-point game. Pretty obvious.
Coach, when you're having to work so hard for a win, today you did a lot of things right, especially defensively. What is the message in that room to those players?
Well, I still believe in them. I think they're winners as individuals. We got to find a way to be winners as a team. And we're not playing well enough, consistently enough to do that. But I do believe in these guys. You said there was some good things defensively there. There was for a half. In the second half, you're going to have to look long and hard to find it. We just got whipped there. I can't ever remember being in a game like that where they might have had 300 yards rushing. I don't know.
Coach, the Jags had the ball for roughly 40 minutes compared to 20 for the Broncos. Which challenges does that present for both sides of the ball, especially when they open up the second half with a 10-minute possession?
Well, it changes the whole complex of the game. Our offense probably only had the ball 3 times or maybe 4 in the second half, 3. And, when we allow them to eat up 10 minutes of the third quarter, the whole game changes. It would have, if we could have answered their initial drive in the first half with some points and some first downs, maybe the game's different. But, when you're getting whipped like that, it's hard to win.
Vic, the third quarter offense, a couple of 3-and-outs. Did they throw any curveballs at you with their defense to get Joe off balance?
I don't think so. I mean, they're a good defense. They've been a good defense for the last 3 years at least. They have a lot of good players, and occasionally they're going to stop you.
After this start, how hard is it to maintain confidence and be positive about your approach as a head coach and this staff?
It's not. I mean, it's more, I'm sure it's harder for the players to believe in it, because this is a bottom line business, and our bottom line isn't very good right now. So, but we're going to keep trudging forward. We're going to keep coaching these guys, try and correct our mistakes, try and get better. And that's what we're going to do.
Chubb came back in there, but any update on what was going on with him and then Josie?
Yeah, he had some calf issues, and then I think he had another injury in his leg issue that he was able to come back from. Josie didn't come back. His hamstring acted up again. Then there was a couple other guys that were in and out.
Vic, is there any talk on that final drive of maybe trying to chew a little more clock? Obviously, Emmanuel goes out of bounds, and then you score, but was that a discussion?
Well, in retrospect, it can be, but when you're down 6, job 1 is to score. And yeah, I mean, in hindsight, it could be, but when you're down 6, you got to score, and when you score, the defense has got to go back it up.
Did you get an explanation on the roughing the passer call on Von Miller?
No.
How do you coach guys when the line is just so thin?
I don't know. It's hard. I don't know. We just explain to them the rules. We try and do a good job of that. I think that was our only penalty on the day defensively. We do make it an emphasis. The last one that happened a few weeks ago was admitted to be a poor call. I didn't get a great look at this one. I got to get focused and get to the next play. I haven't seen a replay of it.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't that far away from you. You didn't see Miller's penalty?
Vic, you told us early how important tackling is to you.
Yeah,
It didn't seem to be a very good tackling day. How crazy does that make you on the sideline?
very. I'm sure when it's my guess that when we look at this, guys got frustrated with allowing them to run the ball, which our tackling suffered. I'm sure our technique suffered then. Guys start fudging sometimes to try and make a play, and it becomes an avalanche. And, and he's a really good big back that, he took it to us and their line did.
Yeah, Vic, you alluded to their quarterback. He had a couple of escapes and big plays. What do you think of Gardner Minshew at this point?
I've been impressed with him. I was impressed with him watching him all week. And we were doing a good job on him early, playing the way we had practiced to play. The coverages we were using, we're doing good with. And but then when we couldn't get him down in those critical third down plays, it kind of changed the game. Thank you very much. Okay.